Good evening, everyone. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we have roll call, please?
Supervisor McLaughlin.
Here.
Councilwoman Campbell will not be present tonight. Councilman Tempori.
Here.
Councilman Ruthven.
Here.
Councilman Boyd.
Here.
Thank you. First item on the agenda is for Lake Carmel. We have a bunch of items tonight. The first is for lake treatment, which we hope we don't need to use at all this season, but just in case. Our lake manager has gone through and he has come up with a company, the Pond and Lake Connection. And tonight we're just going to approve it so that we can go out and get all of the permits that we need and have it set up so that if we have to treat the lake, we're a different company. Change can be good.
No, I mean, usually there was no one other to get.
I think
So,
the lake manager
The
went
lake,
and found
yeah, it's the
companies.
lake manager.
He found. You ready?
Priced similarly, so,
We good?
yeah.
I make a motion to pass a resolution accepting proposal for lake treatment services for the town of Kent, whereas the town is in need of lake management services to control algae blooms in Lake Carmel, and whereas the Pond and Lake Connection is a professional service provider capable of performing the algicide treatment required for Lake Carmel has submitted a proposal for the treatment of Lake Carmel for the 2025 season, a copy of which is annexed here too, and whereas the town board believes it is in the best interests of the town to accept the proposal submitted to the Pond and Lake Connection in the amount of $16,250 for the management of algae blooms in Lake Carmel for the 2025 season, and to authorize Pond and Lake to apply for the necessary permit from the New York State DEC and New York State Division of Water. Now therefore be it resolved, the town board of the town of Kent hereby approves the algicide treatment of Lake Carmel by the Pond and Lake Connection for the price not to exceed $16,250, which includes the fees for the permits referenced above, consistent with the annexed proposal, and authorizes the town supervisor to execute all documentation required to obtain all necessary permits and other documents necessary to give effect to this resolution. I make this motion.
Well, wait, stop for 1 second. So it's not, it did total it out here, but, so I think we need to just amend that, because option 1 is if we need to treat it if we only need to treat half the lake, and then, like, they're different options. So it's not that we would be spending 16,000, it's different
potential
options.
for
But yeah.
16,000.
It's up
So
to
up
to?
$16,000.
Right, but that's just added up. So if we need to do option 1 3 times over the summer, that's not 16,000. If we need to do option 2 3 times over the summer.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
so it could be a lot more.
it could be a lot more. I don't, we won't know. So I don't
So how do you want to
I
word
don't
it?
know. Do you have to put an amount in there?
We have to, don't we?
Well, yes, but we don't know what, I mean,
Are you selecting an option, 1 or 2?
no,
Why
I,
don't you just say for a price not to exceed $9,250 for each
Okay.
treatment of option 1 and so on.
okay.
So I'm just gonna go back to, the whereas the town board believes it is in the best interest of the town to accept the proposal submitted by the Pond and Lake Connection in an amount not to exceed, what was your amount? $9,250.
For option 1.
Per treatment of option 1, or $4,950 per treatment of option 2.
Plus, but then, because this adds everything in, but we have to pay for the
Plus the.
The 600.
It's all permitting stuff and mobilization, plus the $300 for permitting and
no, $600 for permitting.
$600 for permitting and $150 per application for mobilization.
Mm-hmm.
That cover it?
Okay. Let me just. Yeah, it's 1,300 per application. There's
That's
2
what I see
separate,
wrong.
so the permit total is
These
$750.
both are permits?
Yeah, so $750
So
for
for
the
the permitting for $750, one
mobilization.
time, one time. For 2 permits. For 3 permits, 2 of the first
Two
one
for
and
the
one of the
state,
I
one
second.
think they're, yeah,
I
they're,
think once he has the permits, he doesn't have to be getting.
Right, no, that's a one-time fee.
And then-
Once we pay that, we're done.
And then $1,300 per mobile is per
Why don't we just say,
application.
as set forth on the attached proposal?
Yes, there we go.
Okay, that's a better way to put it. So we're gonna go back. In the
right,
amount
everyone.
as set forth on the attachment for the management of algae blooms in Lake Carmel for the 2025 season,
That we hope we don't need to do.
that we hope we don't need to do, and to authorize Pond and Lake to apply the necessary permit for the New York State DEC, New York State Division of Water. Now therefore be it resolved, the town board of the town of Kent hereby approves the algaecide treatment of Lake Carmel by the Pond and Lake Connection for a price not to exceed what is on the attached,
What is annexed?
what it
Whatever.
annexed, proposal, which includes the fees for the permits referenced above, consistent with the annex proposal, and authorize the town supervisor to execute all documentation required to obtain the necessary permits and other documents necessary to give effect to this resolution. I make this motion again.
Second it finally.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, do you want to keep going?
Yeah, Lee.
All right, so next,
Frank.
we have a returning seasonal worker that we would like to start April 15th. Our crew chief, Frank Sabatini, is asking us to add Ethan Kovalik to this for the season.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to pass a resolution to hire a seasonal worker for the Lake Carmel Park District, whereas the Lake Carmel Park District is seeking to fill the position of seasonal Lake Carmel maintenance worker, and whereas by email dated March 17th, 2025, the Lake Carmel Park District Clerk Heidi Link informed the town board that Frank Sabatini, the Lake Carmel Park District crew chief, has recommended hiring Ethan Kovalek at a pay rate of $21.50 per hour to fill the position, and whereas the town board believes it is in the best interests of the town to accept the crew chief's recommendations, now therefore be resolved, the town board of the town of Kent hereby authorizes the hiring of Ethan Kovalek as seasonal maintenance worker for the Lake Carmel Park District at a pay rate indicated above, and be it further resolved, the town board of the town of Kent hereby authorizes the supervisor to execute any and all documents necessary to give effect to this resolution. I make this motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And with that, it's also the time of year that we need to start advertising for lifeguard supervisor, lifeguards, and seasonal park maintenance workers. So that's the next item.
All right, go ahead.
Make a motion to adopt the resolution authorizing the town clerk to advertise for the positions of lifeguard supervisor, lifeguards, and seasonal park district maintenance workers for the Lake Carmel Park District. Whereas the town board, where the town of Kent is seeking to fill the summer position of lifeguard supervisor, lifeguards, and seasonal park district maintenance workers for the Lake Carmel Park District. And whereas the town of Kent wishes to advertise for applications to fill said positions. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Kent hereby authorizes its town clerk, Yolanda D. Capelli, to advertise for applications for the positions of lifeguard supervisor, lifeguards, and seasonal park district maintenance workers for the Lake Carmel Park District. I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do you want to add?
Yeah. I make a motion to add an item to the agenda for the Lake Carmel Park Advisory Board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Tonight in executive session, we had an opportunity to interview a applicant who had been recommended to us by the Lake Carmel Park Advisory Board. So tonight we'd like to make a resolution to accept Megan Castellano to the Lake Carmel Park Advisory Board. I make this motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next, we have East of Hudson. Unfortunately, they were not able to come tonight, so we're going to table this item to April 1st. So we'll move along. Next, we have some items for the highway. I'm gonna do the first one, and then you can come up, Richie, and do your, so our first item is the Teamster contract. Now, we did, I don't even know if we need to vote on this tonight, because we did the MOA when we received it. But then they went through and we fixed the agreement so that every year we were just adding the MOA to the back of it. Now this is the real contract that everything's been fixed in it. There's no C attached, it's all fixed. So I don't know if we have to still vote on this. I just wanted to make sure before I signed it. It's probably a good idea too, right?
It can't hurt.
Okay. All right, so any questions? You know what I mean, when they add amendments to it, they just keep adding it to the back, and
No,
this
it's all
actually.
cleaned up now.
This is cleaned up and fresh, so.
Good?
So it's not a new one, it's just an
It's
amendment.
not a new one.
So we did the MOA back months ago, and that we had approved, but now it's actually in here, so it doesn't have to say see attached paper, see attached paper.
Perfect.
And now we're gonna sign off.
I'm gonna sign it.
Correct.
I signed the MOA, but I haven't signed this yet.
Right. I make a motion to pass a resolution approving a collective bargaining agreement, whereas the town of Kent and local 456 International Brotherhood of Teamsters known as Local 456, are parties to a certain collective bargaining agreement which runs through and including December 31st, 2022. And whereas a result of collective bargaining by and between Local 456 and the town and the Local 456 wish to enter into a collective bargaining agreement, known as the agreement, to be effective to and including December 31st, 2026, on the terms contained in the agreement, a copy of which is annexed hereto and incorporated herein by reference. Now therefore be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Kent hereby authorizes and approves the agreement to be effective to and including December 31st, 2026, on the terms contained in said agreement, and be it further resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Kent hereby authorizes and directs the supervisor to execute any and all documents necessary to give effect to this resolution, and be it further resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Kent hereby approves and ratifies all acts heretofore taken by the Town Board, Town Supervisor, and any and all town officials in connection with the subject agreement, and make this motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Richie, do you want to come up now for, I think you just have the auctioning of vehicles, right?
You brought poor Richie in for
I,
an auction
I
vehicle?
think he likes to come.
Oh, well, it could be. Don't we all?
Yeah, just 3 pieces of equipment for the rock hammer that we had for the Bobcat excavator. Want to sell that off because we traded the Bobcat excavator in for a Cat, so we're getting a Cat rock hammer so it works together. And there's a bucket, swivel bucket, same thing for the old Bobcat. And the big one is the Elgin sweeper, the 2009 Elgin sweeper. It's 16 years old, and we went over it. It's dead. It's just rotted out on the inside, and you know, Matt with the man hours to take the whole thing apart, we wouldn't be done with it until August. So it's just not worth it. And what I've been doing is, what the other towns have been doing, I rent 2 little sweepers. They're coming in April 1st, I think, and we use those for 4 to 6 weeks and do the main sweeping. And then we've been doing, like before we blacktop, I was using the Elgin to sweep the road, you know, right before we blacktop a road, but I'll be able to borrow Carmel's or Patterson's or the counties. And originally we were trying to get, there's money in the QIP fund, Water Quality Improvement Fund, that the county has, and I found it. And I think I copied all you guys in the letter. And DEC used to let them use that to buy a sweeper, and Carmel did it, and the county got one. And I believe Carmel did it because Bob Bondi was the county executive, and he lived in Carmel, so they got a brand new one. And Kent got a used one. That's the one we had before. But now the DEC is only going to fund half of it, and the county's got to fund the other half. So Tommy Fury, the DPW commissioner, has been going to bat. And I saw Jim Burpo, I think that's his name, the deputy. I saw him the other night, and he said that they're going to buy 3 sweepers, and one's going to be for our use in Kent predominantly. And my only deal with them is, like, if there's catch basins on Farmers Mill Road or Peekskill Hollow, the county roads within our town, you know, since we'll have free use of the sweeper, then we'll take care of those. And they're expensive. They're $350,000, and we really can't fit it in our budget to buy one. And the DEC, the mandates are crazy. We have 1,000 catch basins. They want me to go out and inspect them twice a year within a separate sheet for each catch basin to put the percentage of stuff that's in it. I can't do it. It's ridiculous. So we're just, you know, we're shoveling them out by hand now when they're full. And that's about it. So those 3 items I'm asking you to let us put on Auctions International.
Okay. All right,
Do that one, Sean?
Sure.
thank you.
So the top one's just, well, both of them are the same, right? It doesn't make a difference what order I read them. So make a motion for a resolution for the authorization to offer items for sale through Auction International, Inc. Whereas by letters dated March 13th, 2025 and March 17th, 2025, Richard Othmer, Highway Superintendent, has requested that the town board authorize Matt Kiernan, Chief Mechanical of Municipal Repairs, to dispose of the following highway equipment that have passed their useful life. Bobcat rock hammer, number 1, Bobcat tile bucket, and number 2, and the 2011 Ealing sweeper. you said what it was. It's a VIN JNAPC81L19AD75082, hereafter collectively referred to as the equipment. And whereas the town board wishes to authorize municipal repairs to use the services of Auctions International, Inc. to offer the equipment for sale to third parties, or if there are no purchases, to scrap the equipment in exchange for its metal value. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board, the town of Kent, authorizes municipal repairs to offer the equipment for sale through Auctions International, and be it further resolved that if the offer of the sale through Auctions International results in no sale of the equipment, municipal repairs is authorized to scrap the equipment for its metal value. I make this motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number two, I make a motion to amend resolution, that's
Wait.
the wrong one.
Gotta
Where's the
talk
other-
about
Whoa, whoa,
that. That's
whoa.
it, that's
No,
it.
no, I thought there was another equipment one, just
No.
one equipment?
that's
That was it. All right, our next item is for EMS. Last week, we made 2 of our part-time people, we moved them over to full-time, and the dates didn't match up. So I'm just asking tonight that we make it effective so that instead of April 1st, we make it effective for March 12th. That way they can both start working the full-time hours.
Okay,
That's the only thing we're changing is their effective date.
yep. Good. Make a motion to pass a resolution to amend a resolution hiring provisional EMS supervisor, whereas the resolution dated March 11th, 2025, the town board hired Matt DeFalco as full-time provisional EMS supervisor effective April 1st, 2025, and whereas by a letter dated March 17th, 2025, Claudia, how do you say her last name?
Warsek.
Dworzak has recommended that the town board amend the March 11th, 2025 resolution by making the hiring of Mr. DeFalco as full-time provisional EMS supervisor effective as of March 12th, 2025. And whereas the town board wishes to accept the recommendation and make the hiring of Mr. DeFalco as full-time provisional EMS supervisor retroactively effective as of March 12th, 2025. Now therefore be it resolved, the town board of the town of Kent hereby amends the resolution hiring Matt DeFalco as full-time provisional EMS supervisor by amending the effective date of such hiring to be retroactive date of March 12th, 2025, and be it further resolved, the town supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to take all necessary action to give effect to this resolution. I make this motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I make a motion to add an item to go out to RFQ for the Water District 1 and 2.
Second, what's RFQ?
It's where they go out.
What's the
We've
Q
had
stand for?
Request for qualifications.
Qualifications, okay.
We received grants for Water District 1 and 2, and in order to follow the next step, we have to go out to RFQ so that we can then decide which engineering firm is the best to go with to handle the money. It's the cost is all in the grants that we got, so it's not gonna cost us anything, but this is the next step that we have to do. This is for the PFAS money and all that, so. Any?
Go ahead.
I make a motion to go out for RFQ for engineering services for the drinking water system improvements for the town of Kent. Make that motion?
For Water
For,
District one?
well,
Both or?
it's for WD1 and, or I say WD, they say KD1 and KD2.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can you hand that down to Lana, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you. You're up.
All right. I probably lost that one sheet I can't lose.
This one?
Probably, yeah. I ask the board to approve the following vouchers for March 18th, 2025. Appalachia, $30,550.27 for highway salt. Card member services, $3,693.37 for the town of Kent credit card. New York State Department of Civil Service, $269,784.90 for employee benefits prepay for April. Healy Ford LLC, $2,594.58 for municipal repairs town vehicles. H.O. Penn Machinery Company, $49,443 for highway rentals. NICEAG, $2,864.20 for town center services from February 11th through March 11th. New York State Municipal Workers' Comp, $47,333.25 for the sixth installment of 2024 and 2025. Wind Waste Innovations, $8,008.32 for Lake Carmel garbage for March 3rd through the 7th, and Wind Waste Innovations, $8,765.09 for Lake Carmel garbage for February 24th through the 28th. We never got those invoices from Barton and Judas that they were emailing us about today, right? For the bridge? Okay. I ask the board to approve as read.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Well, since we just had the meeting last week, I'll take Ann's announcements as well, and I'll tell everyone to check the recreation site for events and the library site for events that are going on. We won't go through everything again. There's lots of great things going on everywhere, so check it out.
Yep.
I'll
You
just
wanna
say
go down?
the rabies clinic the free rabies clinic from the Putnam County Health Department is this weekend at Veterans Memorial Park. I think it runs for about 2 hours, so check out their website and you can have your dogs, cats, and
Ferrets?
Ferrets up there.
I'm going to read this. It's for I believe it's the first annual Putnam County Autism Awareness Walk. The Putnam County Department of Mental Health, along with the Putnam County Sheriff's Office and the CEPAB, Community Engagement and Police Advisory Board, are pleased to announce the Putnam County Autism Awareness Walk being held on Saturday, April 26, 2025, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Tilly Foster Farm. This event is open to participants of all ages, inspiring to bring together families, friends, and community members to raise awareness while supporting individuals with autism. Expect a day filled with sensory-friendly activities, community resources, and good food from local vendors. And you can see the flyer. I don't have it attached.
They can't see it attached.
Right, correct. By visiting Autism Awareness Walk Putnam County, New York, and you can register to go. It is free. So again, it will be a great day, but I'm sure and I know there's a lot of stuff going on the 26th. But try to spread yourselves really thin.
So as you know, the town of Kent will be 250 years old this year, so it'll be an exciting, particularly the 4th of July event. So the Kent Historical Society is looking for people to join, become members, to volunteer. Hopefully we'll be doing a lot of stuff this year in the 250-year commemorative. So go on the Kent website and just go to the Historical Society. There's a link there, and put your name in if you'd like to volunteer. Hopefully we have a lot of events and stuff like that. As far as the 4th of July fireworks, a little early, but be prepared to see me smiling, knocking on your door if you're a local business looking to donate to the fireworks. Going to get that one out early this year. Also, with our webpage on the front is, if you're still about the reval, the property reval, there's actually a link on the very front page. It's very good. I went through it myself. It's easy to follow. There's tutorials on there that you could read through. There's actually one where you can sign up before the end of the month. It's called an informal review. And if you feel that your review wasn't done properly, or let's say your house is sinking into the ground, or you don't have a well. Let's say you have a hand-dug well. They don't know that. It devalues the house. Of course, I know wells. You can go on there, take pictures of your house, if it's crumbling to the ground or whatever, and send it in, write what it is. And you have to have that in before the end of the month, though. But they call it informal review. It's all on the webpage. Very easy to sign up and follow.
Okay. Any public comment?
I saw Bill move all the way over to
I know
that chair,
Bill's got it.
so
I know.
he's lining up.
He is.
He could have just sat there through the whole meeting, but he had to wait.
Sean, are you aware, we talked about it last week, the water meter grant is due April 11th?
I don't recall actually talking about a water meter grant.
The what? The
But-
what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You said water meter grant, a specific grant for water meters?
Yes. I guess Tom from the planning board sent this to me because he does Hillendale, and I guess he communicated with them. He said, yes, the program would cover the installation of water meters. However, this project must have digital meters with automated reading technology included, automated meter readings, AMR systems, advanced metering infrastructure. And it says John McAndrew from Associate Grant Manager, Millennial. Ann's not here, so she usually handles the grants, but it says the deadline's April 11th.
I
We're
believe we are
applying
applying for that one.
Okay.
We're working
so-
on that one, yeah.
that's what, I thought that's what she said. I
Yeah.
didn't know if she was just discussing, because it
That's the one
said
she's
April
working with.
11th
No,
it was due.
we don't, that name doesn't sound familiar. We work with someone else, but yeah, we have.
Oh,
Doesn't mean they're not in the I just,
No, that was Millennial that
I-
she, yeah,
oh.
that's one of the two people
Yeah.
we've been getting emails from.
right, but
Millennial
not that, I know, but not that name. I get it from Taryn.
Oh, I've been getting some
Oh,
from that.
okay, I
one.
just wanted to make sure, since it's, like you say, it comes up pretty
But
quick.
Taryn does all of the grants for
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
so that's probably why. Okay.
Right. And on your website, you still have the Kent Sewer District Committee as Brian Healy and Chris Rennie. And you still have Nick Mancuso as municipal repairs.
No, I saw
Yes,
Matt's
you
name
did.
on there.
Then I have a different Town of Kent website, I don't know.
I saw Matt's name. Hold, let's see. Well, I can just, they'll change it, but I
And-
thought,
Also, a month ago, I had, Yulia said she was gonna come up with the Lake Carmel budget transfers or whatever, and we were talking about the FEMA money for the grant. And when I foiled for the FEMA money, it said that it was still in, not being approved. It was pending approval.
so it was, but we got like another step that I had to sign something.
Okay.
It's always good when they ask me to sign something, so.
Okay, so it's
It's still moving ahead.
It's not taken away yet.
And,
Oh, we're not losing it.
No, it's not, we're not losing it, because I actually reached out to Mike Lawler's office as well,
Okay.
and he looked into it, his office
Okay.
looked into it, and they said it, you know,
Because when I was like.
they said
still pending.
it's going, but it's just,
It's
slow.
FEMA, you know, it's FEMA, you know.
Why not? So, okay.
let's see, I'm trying to find,
So you want me to find it? I'm telling you, under municipal repairs, it says Nick Mancuso.
I'm looking at my computer when I get home, because I didn't know his name was still there.
Sounds like we need to have somebody go through the whole thing.
We've
so
done, I know. Tried that once. Okay.
Good evening, Bill Walters, Building Inspector, Town of Kent. 'Tis the season. The robins are flying around, they're landing, we have bluebirds in the yard.
No
It's-
burning brush.
That is one of the items
your
I was
septic
going to bring
tank.
up.
Pump your
There is a burn ban in effect from March 15th to May 15th. Please don't burn, okay?
But we can still make maple syrup outside.
Maple syrup, yes, but not in my yard. So that's one of the things that I wanted to bring up. One is about the burn ban.
And
With
Bill,
that, go ahead.
Just to be specific, that means like a fire pit in the yard, not just like a wood pile you're referring to.
Yeah, well, you can have a barbecue and cook, but everything else, no.
So no open fire?
No,
hanging
no
out?
open burning at all.
Okay.
No burning leaves, all of that. They haven't been able to burn leaves in 15 years. People are still burning leaves, so.
Between those dates.
Yeah, yep.
So I saw a very good definition.
Well, you can't burn leaves at all.
I saw a very good definition of what you can and can't do from, what's his name, out of your office over there.
The
Is that something? that we-
Nick Sinceri.
Yeah, is that something we could put on the town website so that
Yeah,
people
you
should
should-
go to that and see that?
Yep, should be able to go to
Because
it.
it did say that you could have a small campfire under a certain size and stuff in
Right.
your backyard.
2 foot by 3
So
foot.
I did put it up here.
Oh, you did?
Well,
Yeah, I
on the
think Jamie
Facebook
did the same
page.
thing on Facebook. I think she put it up also. You know,
People only like to look Facebook, that's where all the real stuff is. Everything is true, and that's the only place that you can get information from.
so with spring coming, we have the birds
right here.
that are now here.
Yeah.
Everybody's outside picking up their lawn. They're looking at what broke over the winter time, so now they're looking at what I need to repair. With that comes contractors. With that comes permits. You need permits to fix things, okay? With our recent increase in permit fees, there's a big difference between last year and this year. And if it's after the fact, it's times 3, so it's even more. So please, look at what you're doing. I mean, you need permits for renovations. We have a lot of new people that moved into the area, and now they're going to be remodeling. They call it remodeling. It's not renovations, we're remodeling. Still need a permit, okay? Anytime you have a questions, always give the building department a call, and we'll try to answer them the best we can. Again, we're in spring. We're already starting to get phone calls about swimming pools. You need a permit for a swimming pool that's deeper than 24 inches. We just changed the law last year. Please take a look at it, okay? Sheds, again, another law that we changed. It's springtime. People are calling, I need a place to put my junk, and I need a shed. If I get an 8 by 10, do I need a permit? No. And you can put the 8 by 10 shed anywhere you want. But if the shed is 12 by 12 and larger, you need a permit. And if it's going to be near your property line, you need a variance. Okay?
And so what's that, 140 square foot?
144 square feet.
Yeah, so which is like a 10 by 14 or whatever.
I don't care
configuration.
which numbers you work it around.
Yeah.
If it's a larger,
140.
if 144 and larger,
Yeah.
you need a permit.
Yes.
Okay?
Whether it's self-standing or whatever,
Yeah.
it's a square
The
footage.
only ones you probably don't need one is one of the Rubbermaid ones that snap together. And you have to put it together every time there's a rainstorm or a windstorm, okay? The other thing is, which is I always complain about, mailboxes. Put your house number on your mailbox on both sides, so that if you don't want to help the police out or the fire department or your new EMS, at least help the Amazon driver find your house.
Yeah.
Okay? The Amazon driver is not driving the police car. He's not driving the ambulance, okay? So he probably already knows where you live because he's there every day. Please put your number on your mailbox. If your mailbox is more than 50 feet away from your house, put the number on your house. So those are my spring complaints that I always talk about.
That does help. When I go to somebody's house for service, whether the number's on the house
Oh,
or on
they're
the
terrible.
mailbox, both sides, so you can see it from either
You know, when
direction.
you get a mailbox and they put the number on the front, well, the mailman knows where it is. Nobody else does.
Yeah, no,
So,
definitely agree.
thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Thanks, Phil.
Walters. Coming up.
Good evening, Walt Retcher. Just a couple of things. First, very happy to hear that Megan Castellano will be joining our board. She is anybody who knows her, she's around a lot, even before living in Lake Carmel. And now that we're up to 9 members, very happy to have her with us. We've gotten also, between her and Diana Morales, that was approved a couple of months ago, gotten a lot younger. Everybody's younger than I am, so anything that can lift that up a little bit. Good, seriously, good voices, a lot of energy. I think we're in great shape there. Second, we got a couple events that we've firmed up on dates for Lake Carmel. So Summerfest will be on the 12th, Saturday the 12th, rain day the 13th. So we'll get some communication.
Of what
July?
month? July?
Yeah,
June?
July. Yeah, so that's that. Still waiting on fishing derby. That'll probably be a week before the 4th.
I really hope it's not the same day as the fireworks.
We know. So,
It takes away from my Summer Olympics.
no doubt. And
My own kids would rather go to the fishing derby over the Summer Olympics.
Well, isn't the fishing derby typically on whatever the DEC
Yes.
free fishing
Yes.
weekend is? So that should be easy to lock down what that weekend is.
yes, that's right. So I'll
Right.
make sure though that's not a conflict. Councilman Tempora, we got to talk to you about
Can't clean up day, yeah.
clean up. So we originally were looking at the 19th. Police chief was very good, tapped me on the shoulder tonight, said, it's Easter weekend.
Easter weekend, yeah, so that
That's
might
not gonna work. Thinking now the 26th.
Instead of an Easter egg hunt, we can have a plastic bottle hunt.
Pretty good thought. Of course, I have my own Easter egg hunt. I hide them the previous night that I can't find. But maybe we'll do that. I know there's a lot going on the 26th, but if we did it in the morning. maybe-
Well, I think that's what we always did, right, Kevin? It was like from 9 to 12 to come get
Yeah.
equipment and then whoever wanted to organize, they could send somebody from their community or wherever to come pick up the stuff for everybody.
April 26th, right?
I think it's gonna be the 26th. Well,
Is it-
I think we don't have a choice now.
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
26th. That'll
Okay.
work. We're talking to sponsors already from around the lake. The new restaurant that opened looks beautiful, by the way. Looks really good. So,
And I ate there and it was very good.
oh, good. Yeah, nice to have a good community partner over there. So, lastly, just another shout out to Frank and the crew. They did a lot of nice off-season work. I noticed today they repainted and cleaned up some of the signage around some of the beaches, so people notice. And it's, again, I'm just thinking 5 or 6 years ago when we had so little done, especially in the off-season, and Frank and the crew just do amazing work, really, really. A lot of proactive things you don't even think of they're coming up with. On the west side, they cleaned up off to Lakeshore Drive. So a lot of good things going on, and why not give a little shout out, something good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
See everyone on April 1st.